Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be covering our programming and we'll be using what we learned earlier to do a histogram. This is what we're going to learn today. Creating a histogram using R-based block features and learn how to customize the histogram based on the color, X label, Y label, and the main title. Now let's cover some of the basics. What is a histogram? So histogram is actually a bar plot, a vertical bar plot that shows the parameter of what you're going to measure plus the frequency, which is how many times it occurs. For instance, right, I've taken a snapshot of a class that I conducted, the age of the class, and then I classify them into the various bins. So these are regular intervals. I can take 5, I can take 10. So in this case, I take 10. So between age of 20, 30, 30, 40, and so forth. And I noted that this frequency is 2 because 2 of my classmates are between this range, 25 and 22. So the next range is there's 4 of them, so it's 4. So this plots essentially the parameter you're going to measure and the number of times it occurs. So that is called histogram. So some background of the data that I'll be using a lottery data. These are actual data that I collected, and I've placed 3.5 years of data down here. I've loaded it into R, and these are the column names of the data. Right? If you want to change the name, you can just change the number down here to 2, 3, 4, 6, right? Because there's 6 numbers in the lottery. So I just explained a bit of the hard codes that we'll be using. We'll be just using this one single line of code. And what is this line? So the first few alphabet down here tells you the histogram, the plot histogram, H-I-S-T for histogram. The second one specifies the data column to use. In this case, you can modify. You have chance to modify this later on. The color, main is the main title. You can customize it later on to your name, X label, and the Y label. Okay, with that, let me just go on to show you a demonstration. So this is the platform, the R platform. Okay. It's a bit small, but I think you can still see things. So this is the let me enlarge this, zoom in. Okay. We went off a bit. Okay. So this is the histogram, right? This is a number. I can change this to go to the first column by putting the 1, and then I just at the end of this line I just put Control Enter, so you generate this thing. Right? I can generate. I can do a bit of color because sometimes I feel it's a bit dull. This is a plain vanilla version. So I can key in blue or red and green if I want to, right? And put Control Enter. Or I can search. You can search the internet for the color palette, right? Like such as this. Okay, you can use a color palette. You can use any of the names down here. And put it down here, right? Or I can change any combinations of red, green, and blue, right? For example, this red RGB is red, green, and blue. The first one pertains to red, the shades of red. The second one pertains to shades of green, and the third one pertains to the shades of blue. So maybe I don't want, for instance, I don't want 0.7, I want 0.2. So Control Enter. So it will change, right? Or I can use a hexadecimal codes because hexadecimal codes are you can see from what codes you want. Maybe I feel a bit green today. Okay, I can choose this combination, this bright enough. I just copy this code, copy, and I just paste it down here, right? Please don't overwrite the hex sign in the beginning. The hex sign must be there. That's why it's called hexadecimal. Control Enter. Okay, why not? Can I get all of you to try it out? This group, you can use this computer down here. This group, you can just use the Mac. The Mac instead of control, use command. Command enter. Yeah, come. All of you must give it a shot.
No, your cursor was very end first. Your cursor was very end. Okay, let's try the color code.
Yeah, you can. Any problems?
Change. Right.
Yeah, then you fire brick.
Yeah.
Are you saying give yourself a gold star?
No.
No. It's like just to highlight that this is important. Just job.
Change to
Yeah.
my luck.
Change to number 3.
Yeah.
Right? Or X. But how come I don't have the colors? Alexis.
How
Because number 3 doesn't have the colors.
Yeah, number 3, so you got to specify the colors.
This is label, right?
It specifies colors.
Oh.
Use the other
So
line.
there's no color because there's no.
Yeah, there's no. I just choose the plain vanilla version that you can read it without the color.
Your X label is that right?
This label, yes.
Your my X is it's only label, right? You change it to
My
my
lucky 3.
my lucky cancel. Yeah.
Label cancel.
Right, yeah, cancel.
Then you write my lucky 3.
Yeah, lucky cancel.
Any problem down here?
We trying to do.
Yeah, you can choose any color. You can customize your own name, right? You can initials in a yeah. You can put in your own initials in the main title.
The end, where's the end?
Doesn't matter. You can be small letter, alphanumeric, anything you want. You can find the keyboard. So long as it's placed in between the close and open and close inverted commas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, comma enter. Oh, you already changed the data to me number.
Then now why is this? Why is this?
Why?
Put there.
Yes.
Change.
Label changes. Change the label.
Give label.
The L. Okay.
Wait. Okay, Q.
Okay, go to last.
E. QUE.
QUE. Okay. Okay, comma enter.
Comma enter.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do anything you want, right? That's it.
What is this?
What is this? The main title.
You can customize it to anything you want. You can put in your initials.
So we have this one.
Where's the
Yeah.
clock?
Then
Oh.
cancel the main
Yeah,
title.
you can replace it with any initials you want.
Put MD like
Our graduator name Andy.
MD.
Okay, comma enter. Comma enter.
Okay, maybe if it's okay, I let you try a little bit of exercise. Exercise down here. You can see if you can get the right answer. Right, this is a mini test. You can discuss in your group. And this one you can discuss in your group. Yes, you do a mini test.
Mini test within the.
Okay. So you all want to try? You want to try again? Yeah, you can take the time. Comma enter.
So Andy, so after we discuss as a group, we wrote on the whiteboard, right?
Yes,
Oh.
correct. You can write on the whiteboard the line.
Regarding for meaning number.
How to get the answer for in the question. Write out the code.
Right, the code.
Yeah.
This one, the.
Histogram,
HISD. What's the
Histogram. T-O-G-R-A. History.
No, I mean the command.
because you are over here. You're over here.
Oh.
You need to change this.
What was
So
the-
you need to
Oh, is it? This one ah? Everything ah?
yeah, it's number 3.
But okay lah, what was this? What's next?
Yeah, you can write the answer.
All the code, all the code. Okay, yeah. All the code.
Data,
This line, basically
dollar
this line, just
sign,
follow this line.
Correct.
Copy this line up there. So you manage to get the right answer. Right?
Yeah.
meaning number,
We need dot number dot 3.
meaning dot
Number.
dot 3,
Yes.
then comma,
Comma.
column equals
This is should be
fire
Ah, yeah, correct.
4.
Yes.
I got 4
No dot.
4. Comma.
Man.
and then the title you just need your
Main, yeah, main
initials.
Oh,
equal
You can change the initial instead of main title.
Andy.
yes.
ABC title, you change the initial.
Oh, then
comma
X. This is third.
Yeah.
Huh?
Third.
Yes, correct.
ID.
number.
Okay,
No. That.
Oh, this the first one is the number.
X that
S left.
equals to my third lucky number
Ah,
lah.
yeah, correct. Yes, this is the third.
Okay, just spend 1 more minute and then we got to round off already.
3 RD. Lucky number. Okay, then comma. Comma.
Comma.
Why
left.
assessment should write this line.
Equal. No, frequency. Frequency.
Okay, we have to wrap up already. We have to wrap up already.
Okay.
Okay, class, let me take a look at what you have done. Okay, I think this group is correct. But
We did
this
not
one
finish.
is, yeah, this one you have to put, what's the most important thing is to do a closing.
But I haven't finished.
Oh, haven't finished.
I thought we missed out something.
Finish.
Main. No.
Main ID. Main ID.
So you don't need a comma at the end,
Oh,
and just put a close bracket to close off this thing. Yeah, you need to close off before you can execute. Then what you did down here, I think you all got the right answer but copied wrongly. Okay. Now this group, yes, you got the right answer. You didn't manage to copy, but essentially this is correct. This line of code is correct. The beauty of this programming is that if you don't get the correct answer, you won't generate any graph. Right? For example, if I key in something that is non-existent, this is a negative demonstration, but let me go ahead. 0. I should not be able to see anything here.
Error, there's error message on there.
Yeah, error.
Error message.
There's error message. There's error message. I get this error message. So what do you all learn down here? What do you all learn? Can I get some feedback?
That the histogram shows concise data
Yeah.
on both X and Y.
Yes.
And there is innumerable options. You can be creative and play with
Yes,
colors
yes.
and
Yes. Okay. So we covered this. I think this is what we covered. Essentially, histogram, customize the various features in terms of color, x-axis, x label, y label, and the main title. Okay, so essentially this is the line that you need to take note of. This one line of code, you can do many wonders. If you have trouble remembering this line, just remember this one, the shorter version. Histogram and the data you want to plot. But just this thing, right, is easy to remember.
Can we mix up the order?
You can, this one you can mix up the order, but this one cannot. The first one, the further cannot.
This number, okay.
Yes, this is good. The rest you can mix up the order, never mind. Yeah. So this is the shorter version. try to remember this shorter version, right? You can't get any simpler than this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you please help to fill in the feedback form at the back and pass it back to me.
Oh, okay.